was writing in my journal about my again, I'm trying to get this all done with talking about my abuse and stuff. And so I was writing to my dad in my journal, as if I was writing to my dad, and I thought I might write him a text. And I want to send that, but then at the same time I'm just going to read it here instead, because yeah, it's like I go in circles. I don't want to do these circles anymore where in private I'm saying stuff to him, and there's also like retroactively taking screenshots and all this stuff. And it's like somehow, at some way, there's got to be a point I can go forward with this stuff and actually make headway and like have support for things, and actually make a list of like everything that happened contextually, so like people can like go down the list. Instead, what happens for me is everything is tied. There's too much emotional stuff attached to it, like logically. There's so much trauma and pain. It's a shame that word trauma has like such negative connotations to it because of the world we live in. Um, Weaker people use that word, and then even that I shouldn't judge in the first place. You can't really, because people, like, I know from my own life, people, you can miss details, and I see from every angle, and it's a very difficult thing, and nobody would buy that either. And I had to experience. I don't know how many people actually experience that same thing where they feel they can like think and feel like every different angle of things. And then if they're not doing it in that moment, they'll do it later. Like I will. Because I try to cover everything. And I'm like, I really can see from. And I'm not trying to like, I don't know what the hell. I try to explain things just to be understood because I'm always like misunderstood. Um, Yes, I digress. I wanted to talk. I wanted to just read the message that I typed to my dad, um, just to express that, and I'm not going to send it to him this time, even though, because every time, then I'll just be ignored anyway, and then like every time I just hit him with just hard truth, and I don't get emotional about it and go on forever, he just ignores it. But if I get emotional, then he'll use that and gaslight me. It's all predictable. Um, so let me see what I was saying today. It's like what came into my head is just like, um, you never. I said you never learned how to do math without omitting important numbers, or you are evil. So it puts me back in this headspace of like being too fair to this guy. And as I'm talking, my jaw's hurting again. It's like, okay, dude, how much more time are we gonna do this? It was all avoidable. Now I just have a big mess of me trying to like say like my whole life story of what was all the stuff that was preventable and like what my dad and my mom did in case like I die and like nobody ever knows the truth, and that I actually stood on my shit and I took care of the things I was responsible for. My parents didn't. We can go to each root thing. That's why I fucking got off painkillers. That's why I survived things I never should have. Um, it's just too many things. I'll never fucking. I don't get to live my life every day without thinking of those things that I've survived. So, and then meanwhile, my parents are there as these children. They've never grown up. They never had to fucking pay for anything that they've done. It's the complete opposite, dude. I gotta remember to put no comments on and put like a piece of tape on the thing for just in case, so I don't get any distractions when I do this, and then I'll be fine to just look through the camera and like say, but yeah, it's like the act, literally even the act of having the camera on me, like I'm aware it's always going to distract and take away to some degree. And it's like a timer. How much? I'm going to have to, yeah, I'm going to have to just make a list. With that's the thing is like no matter what, I'll write like 5 things without getting too emotional if I'm lucky, and then it spirals out of control with like the emotions attached to the stuff. Um, you know what the fucked up thing about like, yeah, the most twisted thing this about this world too. Like the more you're abused, the more pain you have to like take on. Also because like, ugh, it's the endlessness. That's the thing. It's like the people like my parents have crap to like distract them and just live in some alternate reality, and they can just do, like, I bet you they're on like new drugs and stuff combined, like with their old age. Like every day they're even dumber and dumber, and they don't care about anything that any of their actions that they've done. Every day it's just worse and worse. While I'm like sharp as a fucking tack, and watching things like die and how painful it is. And like it's the last moments, and I'm like trying to do everything I can to like get the truth out and like get some kind of footing to get my story heard and get uh, it's all in the details. That's how they did all this stuff from the beginning. It's like I'm not gonna fucking. It's like at 40 years old, do you think I'm gonna fucking keep talking with these? Like, I already proved myself for like decades now, and there has to be repercussions for the people that committed these actions, which would be my parents. Like, I'm going to make that list without all the emotion. I'm gonna have to like every time I get into the emotion, like put that aside and then go back, like set up like 2 separate lists. And every time I start getting, I don't know, man. I've never been able to do it. And it also would take, because I can't possibly think on that many levels. So it would take that many days, and then I would have to go back to that specific page and not, no matter what, as long as I'm alive, it's my brain's gonna have to go to some degree of denial type thing because my parents are gonna drag me back into like that way of going because like the details aren't being acknowledged, and it's like literally every damn thing. I learned everything, like all the mechanics that I operate on, every need that I have that's healthy, everything that's healthy and good, everything my parents stole, poisoned, destroyed, didn't take any accountability for. I can't be paying I can't be paying for their actions anymore. I can't be repeating myself. And so we can go back fucking say, like, this is the thing. I know that, like, I've been through so much crap that everyone can fucking empathize with something I've gone through and some type of abuse that I've gone through by now. I know every single person out there in the world. And that's why I can fucking empathize with everyone in the world also. And I understand and I'm fucking honest. I'm an honest human being in a world of fucking fake people that have learned to be fake to actually adapt. And I don't blame. I understand every way everyone adapts in all the various ways that people can adapt. And I'm honest about it. And I also don't participate as much. This is the whole thing. It's like I am what I am, and I know it. I can't deny it. And then all I do is just say what is. I can't go around that. I can't not do that. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I just want agency over my own life. Like I'm no more. You know how much abuse it was to never have control over my own decisions and have my parents. Like I knew it ahead of time. They were making my body like not usable, and they were taking away everything that functioned properly. My body worked fine until they did that stuff to it. Like never held accountable. You understand what I'm living with forever? My parents have never been held accountable for any of their stuff. And then I just got abused worse and worse, and people piled on me. That's just this world. If you don't fucking stand up, then they just abuse you even worse. And then, even when you stand up, if you're dealing with people like my parents, you never get anything. And then, you know, the only reason, see, I got abused so badly that they destroyed my body before I could before I could get away from them. And then I had to go through decades being stuck with them. And the only reason I'm doing this is I don't have enough to even focus on, even in the present, without being reminded of like every single thing my parents have done that's still hurting me in the present too much, and that I tried and I'm still trying to fix, like before it's too late. But seeing, yeah, it's really twisted. And all the years, like my dad lied and said, they're like, he's on drugs and stuff. Meanwhile, I didn't actually resort to drugs like till like many years later, and then I actually fixed that whole thing, and then I learned why did I do this, why this, and everything always went back to my parents at the root, and everything could have been avoided. So once you prove that, like a billion, that's why I've been so consistent, and I keep trying to fucking get everything out there with the truth. Because I've proven for so many years and how twisted this thing is with the devil in the details that nobody cares to see except me, because I've had to live it. Knowing that if anyone else were in my shoes, they would never have kept going. Every damn day. And then, like, every extra thing that got piled on, but not having a way out. And then knowing with my luck, I wouldn't even be able to get out, because no matter what, I just get like, I get screwed worse. It always gets worse. That's what I learned also. Things can always get worse. I also learned so much that I attributed to like other things, it still was my parents. So then I learned it was even more twisted once I realized like how much I was attributing things and blaming myself and attributing things to other things when it was still my parents and an extension of what they were doing. And they were still hiding things in detail, still gaslighting me, still fucking affecting me on different levels I wasn't even aware of, and I was burying. And like these people, I have to fucking express as strong as I can, so there has to be some chance of getting the truth and things corrected. This is all I got. Is to just keep repeating about what they've done. And then I get lost in it. I can barely even speak much on it and say much of the details, but I try. I try my best, dude. And it's like my body and my mind is like a warrior. That's why my body, I don't even fucking work out, but it has the shape and the look as if it's like muscular. If I was, whatever, that's stupid. Sometimes my brain will just start going with like, that's not really a point to I do think there's something to that. Or you're just being, where you're like locked into a zone where you're having to like fight all the time. And like your metabolism is at a higher pace and like things are just a little bit up. There's probably some type of effect on the body that way where it's just like constantly like in fight or flight, and you're always like having to be prepared for like defending yourself. But yeah, like that's what it comes down to too. It's like I could never actually heal or relax or go forward properly if I have to continually be in fight or flight mode and prepare for my parents attacking me. You see? While you see, I've documented that my dad still, while I'm literally saying these things to him and stop playing these stupid games, he's still saying he loves me and like how he wants to help. You see? Like that was debunked. Like you can't do that. You can't do that. It's gaslighting. You're not acknowledging what you've done. Like you can't do that to me. It's more abuse. We can't keep playing this. That's what I've moved on past this so long ago. Can't keep playing this game. Like my dad keeps playing this dumb game. Same with my mom. They're like that's sick in the head. I'm not doing this with you guys. I'm not playing this game where you guys are good people and you didn't do what you did to me the last 10 years and the 10 years before. Every time my dad and my mom come in with this weird ass game, they twist all the details and then they act like they were there all along and they didn't do all these things to set me up that way. Like you don't know, like that's why that feeling of being overwhelmed immediately, and everything that I've been saying is valid. It had to be heard the first time, not the 50,000, 50 billionth time I say it and I'm still not heard. And I'm still just speaking out into the ether with like nobody to like. It's nuts, dude. And then even then, I've found so many times where people have, um, yeah, like the only responses I've got basically, almost all of them, they don't listen to the context either. They'll just like take me saying something from one day, or just at one time, and not add up the rest of the context, which I mean, and all the details that are necessary to understand what happened to me. Like you have to add all that stuff up. Like, people will judge, and then I already expect that, and it's just stupid. It's the garbage world. People will judge based off like one thing, and then they never add up. They never do the math right. Like, as bad as my parents are, there's like, it's like the world. Most people aren't that bad, I think. I found, like, in comparison, but they still have like similar qualities where they're like still. It's like, yeah. It's just, I feel, yeah, I feel like my parents are just like more of like the extreme of like what happens when like people go unchecked for that long, and they're just, it's like 70 something years of just no accountability. Um, how is it that I have no viewers too? Just talking about this. It's just at the point where it's like no more. No more of waiting. No more waiting. Nutty people like speak on my behalf, telling people all these lies. Like, I survived. I survived all of it. So I wouldn't have to. I didn't want to ever talk about this stuff anymore. I wanted to just do my thing. And I wanted to make something worth what I survived for. I survived through hell. I wanted to make something worth it. I was going to. I was going to. It's my parents. They stole everything. And they stole it from everyone else, too. No one is ever going to even know what I was capable of. I know what I was capable of. At least I have an idea. I don't even know the full thing. It would have been like magic to see it, all the potential I had to, like, in fruition. Would have been like magic. All I ever got to see was me chained at like near 0%, while people thought the opposite. Like, I got everything, and it's like, it's the most twisted life ever. All I've ever experienced, like, people like being like, it's nuts, man. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know what else I can say, really. Oh yeah, that's one thing I could tell the Thomas dude. Be good to your son. Although, it's like, I even say something like that. I'm like, what's good? Good, the definition of good. What's good for someone is not for another. So, but yeah, I can't even speak on all elaborate. Dude, I must be like the most diverse. The problem is you can't even say something like that without, or I can't, without judging so harshly too. This is what even. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. I'm just like getting to the point where I'm accepting every goddamn thing to the fullest extreme, as I've been doing but even more so and more so and more so and more so, more so, and more so, more so. It's all that had to happen. Like, you can't take away the agency of somebody like that, like they did to me. Like, and then you never actually get to like the root problem. You never actually listen to the kid. Like, I was being abused. Like, you just listen. Even 20 years later, you'd have me speak to the same guy who was abusing me. Like, these people did everything. They would physically do stuff. They'd put me on pills to do the physical stuff and the emotional stuff. Like, psychologically was like worse than everything by far. And then I go back in a circle, get trapped in this. Not for illogical reasons. It's all valid. And the crux of it is not having the options I was supposed to have and the details being fixed. So I have some room here and some ways to go in the present. So I don't have to do this. And also protecting, as I said, if I have to be able to protect myself and feel protected and not have to defend myself at every moment from my parents and like things that they're going to do because they can't be trusted and there's something wrong in their brains. And as long as they have control over me, like there's like it has to end like immediately. That's what I'm saying. Because these are very twisted people in the head and they can't be involved if or in any way. These people have already put my life in like I can't believe like nobody that's grown up, like nobody even around me has like stepped in and been like, it just shows how dumb everyone is, or just selfish and stupid and careless. And because like in the details, these people were just destroying me. Like I had no chance. Either everyone's slow, like so incredibly slow, they can't, or it's like I mean, the people that actually knew me in person and that years and like for years ago and spoke to me and stuff, like they should know. Like random things on here and stuff, then I don't blame anyone. It's just like random, like who's gonna. It all depends. I'm super fair and I'm logical and I'm not retarded or crazy or anything like my parents would try to fucking do. Meanwhile, everything I've been saying is actually true, but nobody's ever goddamn listened to me. And I used to not even speak on it because they abused me so badly I wouldn't ever talk about it. And the one time, like the couple times I did and I made videos about it, I went right back and like hid again because it was like way too much pressure. And like I already put like all the pressure and think I'm going to be attacked by everyone anyway by default because of all that I've been through. So it all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense to me. Um, I'll just cut it there. I hope that I can find some people that can understand. Like, so far, it's been impossible. I know that those people exist in the world. It's just, like, I'll have to be, like, extremely lucky if that happens. That's the only way. Um, and by now, it's like, I don't even, is it luck or just, like, a slap in the face if I get anybody to finally listen. Then it's like right when probably like that'll happen like right when the other thing drops, and then I'm like everything's just gone forever, and I'm gone or something, and then like somebody will listen, and then like add up the whole context properly and be like, oh wow, this dude actually didn't have a chance, really. I don't think anyone's even gonna ever do that. I tried the best I could, man. I still do. This stuff goes back 25 years ago now. So, and I'm talking the benchmark since I was 15. So, because I'm almost 40 years old. I do that where I put little benchmarks. I'll be like, this goes back this many years, this many years. My memory is so good. I've never been getting credit for that. I've experienced way too much and I understood the whole time, but there's like no route for me. What kind of a world is that where like you understand like so much shit and you could do so much, but there's no value in it? And like what the fuck? What kind of a world is that? Like it's another testament of like the kind of world we live in where like there's people with like actual wisdom and like life experience and they're just like thrown away. And then there's like the fakest of people and they're like lifted up to the highest pedestal. It's completely upside down because those people that learn to fucking take and manipulate all the people, it's another one of those twisted things. People are like, you have to share and be kind. And all the people that were like teaching those things were like using that on like the youth, manipulating them, like teaching them to be that way and then taking advantage of it. And like that's what my parents did to me. And then the whole time I believed them. And then what does the world, like if you have people that learn this and you see that they're doing that and then they learn, the whole world becomes that way. Obviously, because they learn, they see, and then they have to compete with those people. And then I'm like just some weirdo not participating in this. I'm just watching all these people be this way. Twisted, twisted, twisted. That is a twisted world. I need to find those people that can actually add up all the context. I need to find those people. If I don't, then, I mean, this is just gonna be, that's all that's left in the end is me like having tried like a billion times, like repeating what the truth was. And but yeah, all right, I'm gonna end it here.